that's a journey.
It's an energy that I think every person can have and hold, that we switch out of.
Masculine energy to me today is still strength, but strength with wisdom and fortitude. It's not arrogance. It's not pig-headed. It's not that anymore.
I feel like masculinity when you're younger is, especially as a male, is like a shell. Like it protects you.
I feel like people associate masculinity with like strength and like being manly and maybe like sitting with like the legs open. Right now my legs are open. I love to sit with my legs open. And I had a lot of people tell me like, hey, close your legs. I'm like, why? This is so fucking comfortable, you know?
My masculinity lies in only the stereotypes. Like, the things that I find masculine are just like very stereotypical things. Like, if I enjoyed a soccer game, I'm like, okay, I guess that, or like I played video games with my friend, then I guess that's masculine. That would be a masculine thing, I guess.
Because masculinity and femininity go hand in hand with each other. I never had, I would say, like a side in each one. I felt like I was always a little bit of both.
When it comes to feminine energy, the way I've perceived feminism is soft, weak, fragile, emotional, indecisive. That's how I've learned them and had a negative connotation my entire life growing up.
I think that femininity is an energy of also protection and strength, but in a very kind of motherly, want to grasp and hold.
Femininity in myself is feeling more comfortable with feminine energies. People who are maybe more submissive in the world and free-going and can take care of themselves.
I'm the only male in my household, and for most of my family, one of the only males. I am the youngest in my household. So I was growing up around older, very strong, very intelligent women. They taught me a lot, and I feel like, without having to say anything to me, they taught me how to embrace that feminine side of me, to be more like myself.
And feminine energy is not weak to me anymore. Feminine energy is creative. It is sensitive. It is sensual. It is seductive. It is peace. It is inviting. It forced me to really look at myself and kind of beat on myself.
I never want to look too girly. I don't like being girly, which is really weird. Like, my feminine energy is something that I've had to like come to terms with just as for myself, not because like at home it was ever pushed on me, but because I think I found it more of a weakness.
You know, when you're younger and you're tall, you're seen as a bigger person. So my whole life, when I was like, my whole childhood, I was told that I was like a big kid and that I was a bit like masculine. But people would say it in a like bad way, you know, as if it was something that I was wrong. So at that time, it made me feel bad because they would like insult me in that way, you know, because I was taller and maybe I had bigger like shoulders and longer legs and maybe I was a bit chubbier. They just connected that with masculinity.
I grew up in like with action figures. I grew up in like boys t-shirts and like hand-me-downs. I grew up in like browns and grays and blues and greens.
Without embracing my femininity, without embracing my masculinity, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be able to express myself as much as I do now. I wouldn't be able to be as honest with myself and around others as I am now.
So I think more recently I've come to terms with the fact that feminine energy isn't a weakness, that it's, you know, a strength, and that I have to understand both sides and both energies to know who I am and to balance me out.
Me, I've always been very naturally having more feminine energy.
Right?
I'm
And
much
so
more
how can you
sensitive,
have
much
just
more
masculine and
kind,
feminine?
Which gets
Embrace your femininity, embrace your masculinity,
I know that
all of it.
sensitivity,
Just embrace who
kindness,
you are.
and all that stuff is not.
I think that's
There's not a
basically
right
what
or a
it boils down to.